This is Russia, where I've called home for the last 7 years. It's finally spring after one of the longest winters ever, and I am so happy about it. From first sight, everything looks good, beautiful, sane. However, the last 3 months have been life-changing. For me, I lived in denial for the first few days. This was followed by fear, anxiety, panic, distress, name it. Over time, it was apparent that the country was safe to live in. But no one was definitely prepared for the next coming days. The effect of sanctions in Russia were quickly felt, with international transactions being halted, SWIFT transactions also halted, Master and Visa card that were obtained in Russia stopped working internationally as well, Apple Pay stopped working, the dollar-ruble exchange rate started to change rapidly, increase in prices of goods, popular brands declaring their exit from the Russian market, social media ban, apps like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook were blocked in Russia, job loss, flight ban, people started to flee the country, panic, anxiety, depression, name it. All of this had its effects. 3 months after, as expected, it's gotten only worse. However, there's also been some new developments. For the first time since February 2018, the dollar to ruble exchange rate in Russia dropped to as low as 56 ruble to $1 and the euro to as low as 57.5 ruble to €1. Bear in mind that as at February 22nd, the dollar exchange rate was about 75 rubles. So meaning if I have $100 and I convert it to rubles, I would have about 7,500 rubles. And as a result of sanctions, it rose to about 142 ruble to $1, be getting 14,200 ruble. But what it means right now is that if I have $100 and I convert it to rubles, I am going to receive 6,300 rubles. So just think about someone that earns in dollar but has to spend rubles to survive and to take care of themselves and their family. Imagine the effect that has on such a person. Although the ruble is strengthened, yet we still have the price of goods on the high side, and this has resulted into inflation. Fruits, vegetables, rice, pasta, milk, margarine, and others have increased by 5 to 30%. These are not the only items affected. Household items, prices of clothes, shoes, cosmetics, travel, and even fast food have also been increased. In most recent times, some companies have announced their final exit from the Russian market. What this means is that they are actually leaving the Russian market, never to return again. Let's take a brand like Macdonald, for example. Macdonald's has been operating in Russia for over 30 years. However, they have announced that they are finally leaving the Russian market. But there is a twist. McDonald's has been sold and will now be existing under a new brand name, and that brand name is still unknown. Although there are rumors of what this new brand would look like, but it is set to launch on the 12th of June 2022. I am not a regular McDonald's purchaser, however, it's actually going to be sad when I think about the fact that some of these brands are actually leaving for good, or they are being sold to, new companies and they will be under new brand names. I think about the fact that for some people, it's about the brand equity. For example, the reason why someone would buy an Apple device is just to say, I have an iPhone or I have a MacBook. Sometimes it's just about the brand. Right now, it doesn't sound as exciting to say, oh, I'm going to this, I don't know, whatever name it's going to be, food court or something to eat, in comparison to KFC or even McDonald's itself that was a popular name. I don't know. What do you think? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Here is another sad tale of a brand that would be leaving the Russian market. Polish retailer and clothing manufacturer LPP Group has sold its Russian division to a Chinese company without the rights to use the names Reserved, Crop, Sensei, and House. So these 5 brands are under the LPP Group, and right now they have new brand names. Bear in mind that Sensei, Reserved, Crop, the rest of them were temporarily shut down as a result of sanctions. We expected, or we hoped, that they were going to come back, because for me, Sensei is one brand that I wear a lot. So it's really sad for me to see that this company is actually gone. However, interesting news is that currently they are still selling old stock. So when you walk into a Sensei store, you will notice that the clothing items are still under the name Sensei. So I read up on this and I found out that after a while, once this current stock is sold, there's going to be new manufacturing, and right now we are no longer going to have these Polish clothes or European clothing items, but we will be having some Chinese material. I don't know, what do you think about it? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Currently a resident of Moscow, Russia. However, I have lived in the north of Russia for about 7 years before I moved to Moscow, and I was curious to know what life is actually like in the smaller cities compared to Moscow, and most importantly, how they are coping with it. I spoke to a few people recently, and I'm glad that they were able to send me a few clips to have an idea of what life is like in other cities other than Moscow. So come along with me and let's check them out. This is what our reality has been for the past 3 months. Although difficult and uncertain, we are hopeful and positive for a peaceful result. Hi, my name is Joyce Busola and I'm so glad to have you on my channel. I'm a medical doctor resident in Moscow, Russia, and I share content about living and schooling in Russia. Also, in recent times, I've been giving updates on what life is like as a foreigner living under sanctions in Russia. I would love for you to consider subscribing if you're new here. That would encourage me, support me, and definitely help you to get notified every time there's a new upload on my channel. I hope you have done that. Thank you.